You know what I'm talking about. We have a president who refused to acknowledge that the tragedy in San Bernardino is an act of terrorism, and it drives me.
I see where you're going.
This drives me. What do you say? Bat crap crazy.
Yep. I don't think she'll say that on the radio though.
Oh, what are you supposed to say? Bat.
It's better than the other.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what you usually say, and it drives me nuts. It's an act of terrorism. It's. Say the radical. Oh no! Don't even get me started on what he won't do. He doesn't acknowledge that it's terrorism. He said it was gun control, workplace violence, gun control issue. Really?
But John, I can't call you a duck.
Why is that, Doug?
Loretta Lynch will come after me.
Oh, that's
our
right.
Attorney General.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear what she said today?
Oh, don't kill me. Just kill me now.
What did she call it? She's going to start prosecuting
hate speech
or anger motivation speech.
Yeah, and I'm like, excuse me, isn't that what this country is kind of founded on, freedom of speech? And yeah, I'm guessing that maybe at some point in time, I don't know, say after the Boston Tea Party, somebody may have been a little angry and spoke up about it, and look, change occurred. Oh my gosh, that's one of the things that's protected in the Constitution, along with, shoot me now, the Second Amendment. Why is that? Do some constitutional research, people, and you'll figure this stuff out.
Why should they? The president doesn't believe in the Constitution.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
At all.
It's the it seems to be that he wants just a global race of global people doing global things.
Now, I wrote my rant this week also, it was before the shootings occurred, about his deal in Paris, which was embarrassing as a nation to have our leader spewing the stuff he was spewing.
And now it's come home to roost, hasn't it? And guess what? It's a gun control issue.
Right.
Even if it's a gun control issue, did you know that they had more than 10 magazine clips? Did you know what's illegal in California? Hey, how's that gun control working? What
does it matter?
What does that line say? If guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns.
Duh.
Well, duh. I think we have.
Wait a minute, and then pipe bombs, right?
Oh yeah, but it's not terrorism. They were doing that they were going to give out Christmas.
Oh, and the other thing was the left is saying that somebody at his work upset him.
Oh yes, yeah. The Masonic Jew got into an argument with him, and that's what prompted this. Shall we call it this act of terrorism or this jihad? Let's call it that too. Come on, people. I mean, it's call it what it is. Deal with it. We're at war.
Yes.
We need a wartime president. That's going to be the big thing.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that both bothers me, scares me, and excites me, kind of all at the same time. Because I think if we get just a wartime president, there's going to be other issues. If we get just an economic president,
so you're saying we need Trump?
We need 3 presidents, I think. We need 3 presidents. All right. Well, I'm going to go cool off because it's really warm in here. Right. I think it's all this hot air you've been spewing. Don't get me angry, and it's a whole Constitution.
All right, we're going to switch to local politics. How's that?
Oh, that'll be so much more fun. All right, you're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Cruz's hometown station. We're back after this.
We are back, everybody, on AM-1220 KHTS, your hometown station. It's the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. It's the radio digest version of the Santa Cruz Gazette for all you need to know to be in the know.
You had that opportunity to do that whole "we're not going to make you wait anymore" thing because it was lined up perfectly with the music. You let me down.
But you don't like it when I do it.
It's just kind of cheesy, Doug.
I don't know. Well, I'll do it next time.
All right.
Because I don't care what
you say. So you were going to... Wait a minute, off the air you just agreed with me. Wait a minute. You don't care what I say. Well, fine, I don't care what you say. Yeah. We're switching to local politics now?
Yes.
Really? Is that going to calm me down? We're talking movie theaters. Billboards. I want a billboard. I want a movie theater with a billboard. Could we do a billboard for a movie theater?
With a chloride cleansing filter system?
Yeah, there we go.
All 3 in one.
Yeah, there we go.
No, the Gazette had an article this week on the mayor pro tem election that's coming up that's only voted on by the city council.
As it should be.
Yes.
According to the rules.
Well, yes. That's a whole other story. I wish we'd elect our mayor, but that's a whole other story for another time. But we have on with us a friend of the show, a concerned citizen. Was that what we'd call him? Mr. Steve Petzold. Steve, you with us?
Well, I was a community activist until the president kind of gave that.
Yeah, that's got a bad name. Are you a duck, Steve? Can we call you a duck?
For a new title.
Can we call you a duck?
So I want to thank you for the article in the paper today. Melissa Lampert does a great job with her writing. She's a real real asset to the paper and the community.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. So, Steve, the article, for those who don't know, was about City Council, I think Tuesday is electing a mayor, correct?
Correct. There's a special meeting at 5 o'clock in council chambers for the purposes of electing the mayor and the mayor pro tem.
Okay.
Tempore.
Now, what is mayor pro tempore? Does anybody know this?
The mayor pro tem serves as the mayor in the absence of the mayor.
It's like a vice mayor.
But Bob Keller will ascend to the position of mayor because he's been the mayor pro tem all of 2015. So the normal succession calls for him to be nominated and selected, and that will happen Tuesday night.
Okay, now wait a minute. You said normal succession. Okay. Is this written down anywhere? Or is this just what always has happened and it's going to happen, or not? It's not going to happen?
Well, it's customary. It's clearly customary with several rare exceptions. The last being Frank Ferry kind of cutting in line of Bob, based on some personal factors that he wanted to be the mayor while his kids were still in high school or something. I can't. But with rare exception, the normal procedure is for the mayor pro tem to become the mayor in the next year.
Okay.
And that will happen. That will happen.
And Stephen, for our listeners, the only people that vote for the mayor pro tem are the other council members.
That's correct. Within the council norms and procedures, there's not actually a requirement that there be a mayor pro tem, but custom has dictated that at the time they elect the mayor, the council also elects a mayor pro tem.
Okay.
And that position, it allows that person, when there's votes in council chambers, they're identified as mayor pro tem. When there are public events, it's not Councilwoman X, it is Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay.
So there's a certain distinction that goes along with that.
All right.
If not any direct power or authority.
And the big thing seems to be that somebody's getting passed over, apparently getting passed over.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's each council person has had the opportunity to serve as mayor or mayor pro tem during their first 4 years of elected service on the office. That has not happened for Tim Ben Boydston. Tim Ben Boydston had an interim run from December 06 until April 08. He was elected to a full term of his own in 12.
Right.
And so he would be the first councilman, and Marcia might dispute that, but certainly that would it is his time.
Well, and he was passed over. I guess he was passed over last year, obviously, right?
Correct. Patty Solpizio and I went to the council meeting, and we spoke in favor of Tim Ben Boydston for mayor pro tem. And rather than even have any discussion or address our concerns or the statements that we made, immediately Councilman Acosta nominated Bob Keller. And it was seconded by Lorraine West, and they voted, and they didn't give any consideration to our statement at all. And we're going to make sure that does not happen Tuesday night.
Steve, so what I'm getting from is you strongly support, or you think Tim Ben Boydston should have an opportunity, and that's where your frustrations lie. And why do you feel so strongly about that?
Well, first of all, it fits in with the council norms and procedures. The council norms and procedures identify the mayor as being a leader among equals. So to not have Tim Ben Boydston serve at least mayor pro tem during his first 4-year term is to marginalize him going into the re-election year next year of 2016. Usually these council people manipulate the schedule, and I say that with quotations, so that in the year that they're being reelected, they are either identified as mayor or mayor pro tem, because that goes on the ballot statement.
It makes it look a little bit better. Do you think do you think the other council members? Because let's back up a little bit. There is nothing that says that Tim Ben Boydston is next. The Councilman Boydston is next, correct?
There is not.
Okay, there's nothing that says that he should have a chance. He could serve 20 years and never be elected mayor or mayor pro tem by the other councilman. right?
Technically speaking, that's true.
Okay. But they have a custom that has been in place since probably the inception.
Collegiality, professional courtesy would call for them, if they consider everybody to be an equal, to allow Tim Ben Boydston and eventually Dante Acosta to become, in succession, the mayor pro tem and then the mayor.
Okay. But, yeah, so do you think they're doing it? Why do you think, okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you the question everybody wants to know is, why do you think they're doing this? Why do you think the other councilmen are so anti-Tim Ben?
I don't want to speculate.
Speculate. Come on, Steve. That's why we asked you.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I think Tim Ben Boydston asks very pointed questions of city staff and other councilmen. He pays a lot of attention to each issue that comes before the council. I think some of them feel like he embarrassed them by leading the No on Measure S effort in December of 2013. Or November of 2013. Yeah. Was it? No, it's December 2014.
14, yeah.
Boy, time flies. But he was the one councilman that opposed the Metro billboard deal. And then it went to, of course, the petitioning and then to the referendum, at which it was defeated 56-44.
Right.
I feel like the council felt like he embarrassed them. Some council members feel like he may have that he did not make a consensus with them as they feel like he should. And I think that's the big issue. He also defeated Lori Ender, who was a favorite child in 2012. She was the mayor when Tim Ben ran in 2012, and at the end of the night in April, she had been defeated. There's also, the Lumley deal coming up, where Tim Ben has put out his own proposal for that development of the piece of land, and I think that some council people feel like he's going off
a little too far.
So, Steve, what you're saying is this politics is normal, right? I mean, Tim Ben is kind of the Ted Cruz, right, of the Senate, if you will, where he has
seriously,
yeah, where a lot of them they don't like him. They think he's a pain, I mean, that's the bottom line. Well, Steve, excuse me. We tried to get quotes from when my writer was writing the story from the city councilman. None of them would comment. Only one did, and that was Bob Keller, and he said it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what's going on, or something to that effect.
Well, it does take a rocket scientist to figure out any rational reason for why Tim Ben won't be nominated and selected on Tuesday night. But we want to ask the question, if not, why not?
Exactly. That's what we asked about in the article. I had a quote myself in the article. If they don't want him to be, don't they owe the public the benefit of saying why?
Wow.
We believe so, yes. And if he's not selected, then I think it becomes an issue for the 2016 campaign. I want to make sure that we're all in agreement or understand here that this is not Boydston against Keller. I think one of the most magnanimous and healing things that could happen is to have Bob Keller put Tim Ben Boydston's name into nomination and have the other members of the council unanimously select him. They really lose nothing. Tim Ben will face the voters again before he ever becomes mayor. So he'll be in effect just another councilman with the title of Mayor Pro Tem.
There you go.
Nothing else will change.
2016 until the election is held in November of 2016, at which time the people themselves can pass judgment.
Yeah.
Do we want to reelect Tim Ben and allow him to become the mayor in 2017?
Right.
So I don't see any downside for the council. I do see an upside if they extend collegial courtesy to Tim Benn and put his name in nomination, select him, and just put the issue behind him immediately.
Should be a lot of fun on Tuesday night.
In the spirit of the season.
In the spirit of the season.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
All right, Steve Petzold, thanks so much, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for coming on, man.
You have a Merry Christmas.
We'll see you Tuesday.
God bless Santa Clarita.
There you go. We'll see you Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
All right, John, we have a brand new segment of the show.
Brand new segment?
Yeah, we have Heather Harbin, the news director.
Oh, cool.
Somebody else are you call you the new news director?
Yeah, you could say that.
How about just the news director?
All right, that's fine.
Cool.
So you have the top 5 things, because this is what we used to do with the old news director.
Yeah,
we'll embarrass you and frustrate you and call you all kinds of cool names.
Between now and next week, we've got to come up with a name, like Heather's Heavies or Heather's something.
I'll have to think about that.
Okay, all right.
Well, I do have 5 stories here. So the first story is not directly in Santa Clarita, but I noticed you were talking about it a little earlier, which is the San Bernardino shooting that happened on Wednesday.
Right.
As I'm sure we're all aware, the shooting happened at a holiday party, and as of this point, 14 are dead and 21 are injured, and the 2 suspects are dead as well. Yeah,
that was just a horrendous thing. I mean, it caught up in all the politics is how horrible the entire thing was. That's what people don't seem to understand. It's like, call it what you want, use it. Don't politicize it right away. It's a tragedy. Period. End of story.
Yes.
Now let's see what we can do about it. Is there something that we can learn from this? And that's what they never. All right, don't get me started. I'll go back in the corner.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the victims of the shooting ranged from age 26 to 60, which included 2 police officers, and they were almost all of them were San Bernardino County employees. Almost all of the dead and wounded were. The 2 married suspects were killed in a shootout between police hours after the initial shooting. Their names are Saeed Farouk, he's age 28, and Tashfin Malik, age 27. It was actually recently announced by government officials that the woman had pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group and its leader on Facebook.
Yeah, that one just... That disturbs me.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, ISIS. She pledged allegiance to ISIS.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that raises all kinds of questions. Was it her that brought him to ISIS? I saw his dating profile. Did you see this?
I did not.
He had a dating profile on an Arab woman's site. It was like Arab Lounge or something. And it was like, I wonder whether, and somebody actually said this, that the Islamic State group has a Facebook help desk, an IT help desk. 24 hours, you can call them up. Hey, I've got problems with my Facebook, fix it up. But they also probably look for people like this with this profile. Mm-hmm. He was lonely. He was looking for a woman who was involved in Islam and the Quran and all this stuff. And it's like, hey, here's our in. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just scary. All right, sorry. I'll go back in the corner again.
What else you got, Heather?
Yeah, well, actually, to go back to the San Bernardino, one of our own board operators here and sports reporters, he's actually from San Bernardino. And the shootout between the suspects and the police happened only blocks away from his old high school.
Wow.
So, yeah. But in other news, some big news for the Santa Clarita Valley happened on Monday. The California Supreme Court essentially sent the Newhall Ranch project back to the drawing board. In case you guys don't know, the Newhall Ranch is a 19-square-mile project proposed by Newhall Land and will bring about 20,000 new homes and about 60,000 new residents to a site west of the 5 freeway.
Yeah, that's off the 126.
Yeah, that thing, I moved here in 96, and I heard about it then.
Really?
It was...
What is there, a snail darter or something?
Yeah, I think it's a little stickleback fish or something.
Yeah, they actually reject...
We all hate Stickleback. Oh, no, that's Nickelback. My bad.
I like Nickelback. They're a good band.
I'll turn it up.
Anyway, come on
the
back.
Supreme Court's ruled against you. Nickelback is not any good.
But like you were saying, they rejected the project's environmental impact report, saying it did not have substantial evidence in regards to the greenhouse gas emissions. They didn't protect the endangered unarmored 3-spine stickleback, like you were saying. And the plaintiffs, the Center for Biological Diversity, used up all their resources holding an optional comment period. And we'll definitely keep you updated.
Yeah,
my question is, and Heather, I don't expect you to know the answer to this, or John, but the Vista Canyon project, which isn't near as big as this, but the same concerns. The environmentalists had the same objections, and it was about the stickleback. Mm-hmm. But that got all approved by the court, and maybe they must have a different judge or something.
It depends. If there's not, this one wasn't necessarily the stickleback that was holding it back. Sorry, that kind of struck me as funny. But no, it was the greenhouse gas issue. They didn't appropriately. There's all kinds of requirements with regard to what.
But anyway, I bet it's driving Newhall Land to Farm crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. We'll obviously keep you updated on what Newhall Land will do next with this project.
Yeah.
But students at Saugus High School were reminded about the dangers of drinking and driving yesterday and this morning through its Every 15 Minutes program.
Those are heavy.
That is okay. How far did they go? Did you? They I had a friend whose daughter went through this, and they actually had mock funerals and caskets. That's a little much, don't you think?
Yeah, they actually had a hearse respond to the scene. Actually,
it's a little John, they're trying to strike reality into the kids.
But you can strike reality, and this is worse than blood on the asphalt.
All right. Well, it's a 2-day program. It focuses on high school juniors and seniors, and it challenges them to think about the impact their decisions have on themselves and others. The mock collision was reenacted by students. They played the roles of victims and a drunk driver. It depicted a fatality, serious injuries, and the drunk driver was actually given a breathalyzer test and then arrested. The program actually finished this morning with an assembly where parents and siblings of drunk driving victims spoke about having to live without their loved ones.
Oh, you mean people that actually happened to?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when I was in high school, it had a pretty lasting effect on everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did it overnight, and all the kids who were apparently dead or killed or something all left and went on a field trip.
Right.
They're off having a good time.
It gets emotional.
So,
anyway, all right. So last one, right?
Yeah, I have 2 more.
Oh, 2 more.
Okay.
I'll just stop.
We need to hurry though. We're coming up to the break.
Oh, definitely. So have you 2 seen red dresses being displayed around our valley?
Yes, we have. Right outside here.
Yeah, that's what.
Outside.
Yeah.
They moved them.
Oh, she left.
There are actually 6 of them, and they're part of a campaign aimed towards bringing awareness to domestic violence in our community. Right now, like you were saying, they were right in front of our KHTS on Main Street, but they move around every day. They'll be at Central Park tomorrow and Real Life Church on Sunday. They'll be displayed at a bunch of different locations until Friday, December 11th.
And the nice lady was telling us that the 6 dresses that were hanging out here in the trees, red dresses, represented 6.
One for each murder,
or
one for each killing this year as a result of domestic violence.
Domestic violence
Right.
victim.
I didn't realize there were that many. That's sad.
That is disturbing.
Yeah. Now, on a lighter note, or to finish it
It's about time.
Yeah, jeez.
Well, our
Call it Debbie Downer segment with Heather. Jeez.
Heather's heavy. Yeah, I like it.
Heather's heavy.
Okay.
Well, our sheriff station, Auto Nation Chevrolet, kicked off their 11th annual toy drive Wednesday night. It will continue until December 20th, and all donations will go to the sheriff's station, who will then distribute them to those in need throughout our valley. You can drop off a toy at a bunch of places and throughout Santa Clarita, including right here at KHTS. You can also go to the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station and Auto Nation Chevrolet. You can go to hometownstation.com to see the full list of if you'd like to donate.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's such a great thing to do. Yeah. That's a great thing
So let's
to do.
interview. We got like a minute left. Let's interview Heather.
Are you doing your questions? No, please don't.
I'm not going to do those.
Don't do the questions.
I don't know her that well. I can't do
You're not
those
allowed to do the
questions.
questions anymore.
But Heather, why were you interested in getting the job as news director at KHTS?
I love news ever since I was a kid, and this is just a dream come true.
Really?
I love it.
Okay.
That's very cool.
And what do you like about it?
I love the news. I love informing people and hoping I can make a difference in our community, helping people be more informed.
Did you grow up local?
I did.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
What high school did you go to?
West Ranch.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
People actually graduate from there?
Yeah.
Oh. So do you ever read a newspaper, actually hold a newspaper in your hand?
I do. Yeah.
Only one,
Wow.
right?
What's that?
Only one. Only
of
one
course,
newspaper.
the Gazette.
All right. I knew I liked her.
Did you pay her for that? Do I get paid for this?
Do I?
Why is everybody getting quiet about this? Kyle! Let's talk to the station manager. Kyle Jones. We need to get paid for this. So this is pretty cool. This is your first, news director job, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
First job in the news department. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Excellent. All right, we're going to try to have you on every week. Some week we won't be able to, but for the most part, we'd like you to reprise this.
I'd love to.
Absolutely.
So thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Heather.
All right, take care. All right, you've been listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We're back with sports, right? Promise me we're back with sports. Okay, good.
We need something light.